Here we are, Church of Scotland, Amulree and Strathbran Kirk. That in the distance is Neil Manfurin, which I've talked about in some of my vlogs. And all the hills that you see, I've done them, but I'm not here to talk about me or the hills. I'm here to take you around the graveyard. This is where I'm going to rest myself when it's all over. If that happens soon, then that's the way it'll be. I'm going to make investigations, get myself a plot. Here's a plot here. It's empty. So that'll do. And I'll just get a stone off the hill. I'll get a plaque onto it with my name and birth date and passing away date. And below it, it was all my up and down friend's fault. Well, the church is open. Let's have a wee peek in. That's Am I okay to come in? Hello?
Hello?
Am I okay to come in?
Yeah, we're just having a look around.
Alright, oh I see, thank you. Just wanted to take a photo. I like going into churches and stuff, and I'm going to say a wee prayer anyway. Oh, it's a beautiful church. Sorry you're not on camera. I'm going to say a wee prayer. The one I couldn't get done in Iona. Well, that was a pleasant surprise to find the church actually open. Often a lot of churches are open to the public, of course, but for I've said my prayer. There'll be no doubt in anyone's mind what the prayer was about. But I'm not saying that saves a journey to Iona, but I will get to Iona shortly, I'm sure. Faith, charity, and hope. That's my life, actually. I've great faith in everything working out. I'm very charitable. I always live in hope. I think it's a combination of the three that's kept me all these years. Beautiful church. I don't know what the congregation size is these days, but this would once upon a time have all packed out. The family around there have gone. I thought they were a church beadle's wife or something, but it transpires was this holidaymakers having a little looking like myself. The last church I was in was up at Lochranach, and a very, very unusual church. And anyway, I said certain prayers that day for someone's healing, and I told them it would take 35 days, and I counted out from the time of that prayer until that first instance they sought help, and there was a 35-day duration. I'm going to get that date of that church. I'm going to pick up that photograph from the camera, and it was actually a photograph from my phone, I think I took it from. I'm going to date that again. But isn't this a lovely, peaceful church? I do love them. There's something so peaceful about a church. Look at this. You just feel all the love. Everything that's been here past is absolutely in the walls. It really is. It's such a peaceful place. So calming. Yeah. And I remember going to church up at Bridge of Orchy. That was a strange one. It's only about 4 years ago, maybe less. And it was quite extraordinary. I got all dressed up and went down to catch the CityLink bus, which obviously headed past Bridge of Orchy. And the driver didn't stop, so I had to wait another fortnight. Eventually the driver, I'd said to him, I boarded that bus a couple of times, I said to him, I'm going to be there on the Sunday, I'm going up to Bridge of Orgy for a church service, please stop for me, I don't have any other service. He says, I'll look out for you. So he did pick me up, and off I went to Bridge of Orgy. I went into this little Church of Scotland white building. I think I've got a photograph, I'll try and put that up just now for you. But anyway, I went in, and there's a very small congregation. The minister came from Tynelt, Church of Scotland, of course, and there was no organ. It was somebody on an accordion. And they sung some hymns and a little chat as you do at the church with the readings. And then afterwards with a cup of tea and a biscuit, and they were absolutely astonished that anyone would travel so far for a church service. They were absolutely gobsmacked when I told them the distance and what I'd done. So anyway, after the service, I was sitting outside having a cigarette. I was rolling off tobacco, and the woman came across, and once again she reiterated, she says, you've obviously got something you're praying for deeply, because you wouldn't have travelled all that distance for no reason. I says, you've got that 100% absolutely correct. And although things didn't materialise overnight, they eventually did. So these things take time. But I did say to her, I says, I'm going to go in for lunch, and she said to me, are you heck going in for lunch? You're going in for a pint. So I said to her, I know that's what I'm going to do. I says, I'm going in for a pint, and I'm going to get my bus back down the road. And she said, that's what life's about, just enjoying yourself. And but she said, I think it's a remarkable thing, and I hope it works out. And that woman doesn't know that it nearly worked out. It almost just, I thought it was working out, and it still can work out. And that's why I carry faith and hope. And alongside that, I carry my charity, my charitable kindness. I don't look for anything in return. I don't tell anybody about it. I just help whoever I can whenever the moment strikes. I just like helping people. That's all. So I'm grateful to be in this wee church today. And we'll have a sit outside. I was nearly giving up smoking again, but I thought it's the only thing I've got. It'll disappear with when I want it to disappear. But at the moment, I'm just happy just having a cigarette and enjoying my thoughts. Well, not always enjoying them, but you know what I mean. The camera's a bit off tilter, Andrew. Get that focused. Look at these beautiful stained glass windows there. I'll tell you another thing that's beautiful as well. And it's true. There's nothing better than the sound of children in a kirk. There's little children happy in a church. There's nothing better. It's just got a joyous sound to it, isn't it? Mixed with the death outside. But these people who were buried there, they probably had wholesome lives. I wonder if any of them had up and down friends. All right, thank you, Lord, for having me. Thank you, God.